We all know that Julio Rodriguez has been on another planet lately, but one of the best kept secrets in all of baseball is so has Teoscar Hernandez? Yeah, Teo's actually been the guy the Mariners had traded for in the offseason, albeit the power numbers haven't quite been there. But one of the reasons why the Mariners have been playing so well recently is that Teoscar Hernandez is finally showing why he is a Seattle Mariner in the first place. On the year, Teo has played in 122 games. He has hit 18 home runs. He's hitting 256, 301, 431 with a 105 OPS plus. That's nothing special. Teoscar Hernandez is a much better player than that. Looking at his Savant page, he's been kind of hit or miss. Obviously, we knew the strikeout rates would be relatively high with him. He has not been walking, but in terms of his max exit velocity and whatnot, his hard hit percentage, etc., he's been pretty dang good. He's been fast. His outs above average have been way better than his career norms, but it really is the last few months for Teoscar Hernandez that sets him apart. Obviously, Teo had that 5-hit game, and in the second half, Teoscar Hernandez is hitting 271 with only 3 home runs, but he has 9 runs and 16 runs batted in. He has struck out 41 times compared to 3 whole walks in the second half. But that 271 average for Teoscar Hernandez has been quite good, and in August alone, he's hitting 371 with 2 of those 3 home runs in just 16 games. That's much better than his July, where he hit barely 200 with just 1 home run and 9 runs with 13 batted in, and kind of similar to what we saw in June, where he hit 303. Overall, his last 30 games, Teo's hitting 289, 313, 438. In the last 15, he's hitting 362, 397, 603. And in his last 7, of course, this includes the series in Houston and Kansas City, he's hitting 444, 467, 741. By no means is Teoscar Hernandez back, right? We've seen him be much better throughout his career than he has been even in the last month or so. Of course, the average has been up there for him, but he's a guy who hits for monstrous power, and we haven't really seen that out of him this year. Hitting only 18 home runs is honestly kind of surprising for me, but again, 20 to 25 home runs is not out of the realm of possibility for Teo. And honestly, he's been a pretty big stabilizing force for the Mariners in the middle of that lineup, especially lately when some guys are struggling. Obviously, Ty France was struggling there for a little bit, and then you lost Tom Murphy, a right-handed thumper. It's been really nice to have Teoscar Hernandez, who's almost like the missing link to this team. If he can be who he has been throughout the rest of his career, the Mariners will go so much further. Just like Julio Rodriguez, the team relies on Julio and Teoscar Hernandez to be those guys. And the reason behind that is honestly really simple. In the second half of last year, Teo hit 268 with 13 home runs, 39 runs, 34 RBI. Julio hit 303 with 12 home runs, 31 runs, and 23 RBI. You're relying on them to be the thumpers in the middle of the order, and obviously we have seen Julio better than he has ever been in his entire career. We're still waiting a little bit on Teoscar Hernandez, though he's definitely been heating up at the plate. When you look at that lineup over the past month or so, Julio Rodriguez and Teoscar Hernandez have been your 2 very best hitters. And it adds a lot to the conversation for what's going to happen at the end of this season, because Teoscar Hernandez is going to be a free agent whenever this season ends, whether that be the end of October or the beginning of October. After that, Teoscar Hernandez will be a free agent unless somehow magically the Mariners work out an extension. But they've also added Cade Marlowe, who's been pretty good, Dom Canzone, who's been pretty good, Jared Kelenic will be back, and Julio is obviously out there in center. Is there a spot for Teoscar Hernandez maybe even next year? Is Teoscar Hernandez going to get the qualifying offer? And at this point, would he accept it if he was given it? The qualifying offer will be right around $20 million, and Teoscar Hernandez would likely get more than that if he was to test the free agent market. And especially if he continues playing like he has been the last 30 or so games, he's going to get paid. So if the Mariners do want to keep Teoscar Hernandez, they got to figure out, of course, with Cade Marlowe and Dylan Moore, Dom Canzone, what is everybody's role on this team in the outfield coming into 2024 and beyond? Of course, it's certainly possible the Mariners just don't want to re-sign Teo, but we've heard a lot about his leadership quality and how big he is for that clubhouse. You would think maybe that's a guy you want to keep around and bank on a bounce back year. So far, it's been one of the worst years of his career for Teoscar Hernandez, but it looks like right at the right time, he's heating up when the Mariners need him most. I just worry that if the Mariners were to bring back Teoscar Hernandez, what does that mean for guys like Dom Canzone? And there's a secret reason why the Mariners wanted Dom Canzone in the first place, and I have that video on the screen now. Go ahead and check that one out. Appreciate you guys watching this one, and go Mariners.